Okay, so next step is to look at blend modes a little bit more and use them on video to blend stuff together and make some more interesting textures. So if you have a look on this, I've added in an abstract texture here to add in a bit more detail. The way I've done that is just selected one of these and dragged it in. So just dragging that in, and then you can edit it just like a normal video. So I've put it underneath the black and white layer. Now you'll see that obviously it's a bit small, so if I bring that effects, move it here, and bring that up to size, okay, and you can see that I've got a little bit more interest now. At the minute though, this feels a little bit bland. I want to make it feel a little bit more game designy, so it's not just a kind of bog standard image. I need to move these up a layer to give me another free layer, and I'm going to blend in some of the footage from the game. So if I actually put this underneath, let's see what happens when I change the blend mode on this red layer, this abstract layer. So let's go, blend mode, multiply. So you can see that it's blended in with the video, so that you can still see the kind of circles. Let's try lighten and see what that looks like. There you go, so even better. So you've got that kind of particle effect, but also you're starting to see a bit of footage as well. There you go. So that's quite a nice intro now. You can do things like opacity. So if you bring the opacity down, that will blend a little bit more. So have a play with those. You'll notice that when I did that, this little blue toggle animation came on. Now we'll come on to that a little bit later. It's actually created a keyframe for us. We don't want that. If we turn that off, hit OK. If you want to bring the opacity down, you're just bringing it down like that. So if you do that, you want to drag to the start, okay, of the video and bring the opacity down there. If you do it halfway through, what it does is it might add a keyframe, and we don't want that. So if you ever see the little blue toggle box coming on, it's going to start animating that effect, and we don't want that. We just want it to stay a kind of opacity. So let's just bring that right down to maybe 60%, just to kind of a little bit of sheen. Okay, so oops, I'm going to copy that and put it just there, and I'm going to do the same thing on this one. So blend mode, I want lighten. I can move it to the start here, or I can move it to the start on here. And then, look, you see it's done it again, because it thinks we want to animate it. If you turn that off, and then just bring it down. There you go. So now we've got a little bit more detail on there. You can obviously not use that on the second one if you want. You could use this Blender footage. So you can see now I've got the kind of blender underneath there. I could even bring up the there you go, so it kind of blends in a bit more. And then that way it's a nice way to introduce each section of your footage. So have a go at applying blend modes to the stock animation and blending it with some footage that you've gathered to create these kind of effects. Demonstrate that, and then you can move on to the next video.